So, I'm gonna do one real attempt at the Lunar Ball today. I wish I had more time prior to this to have gone and actually tried to set up a team like properly, but I haven't. So we got what we got. There are some, some changes to this. And because I have some ideas in mind. I have a question about you. You have a passive that increases damage dealt of a certain variety. Spirit damage dealt. Okay, so we're gonna run through under some context and see how it goes. I don't think I want Marissa in the front. Who do I want to? I want to be Sakuya. As you can see, I have some similarities on the team, but there are some differences. Mostly because all I've been able to do is theory craft at work. Haven't actually been able to actually set things up. So we'll see. We'll put the ideas to rest. I wish I had more Tear of Despairs. Over you. You being weak to spirit sucks. Give you this. Feels a little weird, but it doesn't feel that bad. It's better than that. What about you? You have a billion of that. Well, it's because you do have a Tear of Despair. Okay. Let's go through, see if this can work. If this doesn't work, I'm going to move in Puppet and then come back for hopefully on Thursday for this. Do I want to lead with Marissa, or is it better just to... I don't really have much else in the form of offense. I guess I could lead with Renko. Let's lead with this, and then we'll react. So, the one thing is, I will reset a couple times until I get pyramids. I want pyramids, ideally in one of the back two slots. In the second slot's probably fine, but like I think I just want to get pyramid in one of the back two slots. Okay. Tower of Babel being here is probably not good for me. It's probably the worst thing. So if it doesn't work out, I'll come back to it. Unfortunately, Tower of Babel being there is really cringe, because it's one of those ones that Shino can't just bop. And Nazca getting its time like this probably isn't a good lineup for me, but I'll still play for it. Okay, not if it kills Marissa on turn 1. Okay, show me Pyramid and no Babel, just to make my life better. I don't know if that's necessarily good for me. I'll try it still. Okay, much better. Getting Stonehenge here is a big deal as well. Although Stonehenge is a little annoying to kill. Probably just kills him. Yep. Our goal here, nice, double trigger. Take the 2. Our goal here is to kill everything that's not pyramids. No more speed drops are relevant here. It's a bit awkward, but it's not that bad. I could try to get your thing up. It's not that bad of an idea. Yes, as you can see, I added a new friend to the party. The thing that's gonna hurt the most. Stonehenge stop is already gone. Stonehenge isn't scared until it gets low. Let's get you back out here. Let's kill the Shikigami, but that's not the end of the world. I don't actually know if you take this. Oh, you do. Ah, Chen didn't live that. That's up to you to get the dodge. Okay. Once again, give me Pyramid back, please. And just don't give me Babel, please. That's the opposite of what I want. Pyramid on the front and Babel in the back. Nazca 1. Ugh. Alright, I'll get the lineup. There's no pyramids at all. Man, when I briefly tried to set this up before, I got it like second try. Line up and I can't get it at all. Again. Show me like Nazca 1. Give me like Stonehenge 2 or 3. Pyramid 3 or 4. And then I'll take Jiko Kudani, whatever it is. Stop with the Babel and the Pyramid on the front. Like, I'm not even confident that this will work. I just want to like give it a shot with this game, please. Like I said, when I briefly tried it earlier, I got literally second try. Holy shit, I can't stop getting Babel and Pyramid on the front line. Or no pyramid at all. Again, show me Nazca 1 or 2. Oh, the Twitch font is different, is it? I want to see pyramid because pyramid is the one you can stall for like eternity. Or close enough. Babble's like the only one that Chen cannot just like execute. I wasn't looking. Nope. That's almost a really good lineup. But I do need the pyramid. I could try to stall out on Nazca, but I don't think that's a bad idea. I can't get pyramid without getting just restarted. Like I said, when I briefly tried this strat, I was really hoping to try it more. And I got Babble again. I can't stop hitting the fucking Babble. I got it. I mean, Pyramid it was in the back, but Pyramid in 3 is not that bad, but just give me fucking Pyramid the back. Just give me fucking Pyramid without giving me Babble. Holy shit. It's actually insane. I got neither of them that time. Honestly, I'll take Pyramid on 2. I'll probably take Pyramid on 2 if I don't get fucking Babble. Oh, that's Babble. Special final boss, the Labby tries a glowing ball, and you're looking at the final boss right here. Give me Pyramid without giving me Babble Impossible challenge. Okay. Insane. I didn't think it was possible. So Stonehenge dies really easily to Chen. That puts Nazca as kind of the problem child. Yamatsu also die. I mean, they all die easily to Chen, but Chen can only kill like one thing at a time. I don't know if I necessarily want to chip Nazca more. Can I slow down? I can slow down Yamatsu as well. I'll slow down Nazca first, because it's going to be acting first. And then private square. Give me like 2 to 3 private squares. Only 1. Not the end of the world. I should have swapped you away earlier. Ifs, I like doing... It's called we do a little bit of throwing. Can I beat the shit down into you? Yes. Yes, I can. Slow down Yamatsu. Okay, this is probably, realistically, my go. One more Marissa and Nazca's dead. You no longer do anything. Beautiful. Okay, now we enter the long realm. Well, hold on, I gotta kill Yamatsu first. Can I use Chen right now? Yes. Got a wary off, which is neat, I guess. Okay, now ball's even acted yet. Well, that's kind of the goal here, is to make it so that only one ball is doing anything. Okay, so now I need to just sit around and kind of do a bunch of setup. Chen needs to get back for Ron. Can I heavy you? No, you're basically immune to heavy. Slightly annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, you need to do one more turn. And then you're all good to go. Start summoning some Shikigami. Okay, so our next turn will be a turn that... So Marissa's done. Don't have to worry about her. She's all good to go. Next, we just gotta play the slow onslaught. Give me multiple of these. If you're real. Never real. Get some dark side just to start chipping the pyramid. Because otherwise, chip on the pyramid is hard. Build up your Shikigami power. Start jacking it. Nice double jack. Lunar Ball's doing nothing. The middle Lunar Ball does not do a single thing until all the other four are dead. So we're taking this opportunity to exploit that. Shikigami are currently maxed. Shikigami power's max, so we gotta keep an eye on Chen's stats. Speed is max. The others will keep slowly going up. Don't have enough mana for the Squire. Okay, remember, we don't want to switch in Marissa no matter what. Switching Marissa is a bad thing. I want to check something about Renko, because I forget. Give me multiple triggers here. Would be pretty cool. Never lucky, but it's not the end of the world. I gotta be careful about jacking it, because I can only jack it so much. So Celestial Stasis is multiple of 3. So I want to make sure that she's in a position where I want to make sure that she's on turn 5 and then switch her out. Multiple trigger? Never lucky. Okay, so Renko is good. I don't want to switch Renko back in. Give me some... Nope. Multiple triggers. It's fine. What's Chen up to? Getting there. Oops, Renko. Okay, I gotta wait 2 more turns with Renko. That's fine. We can click this. Click this button. Again, just more chip, the better. It's starting to get turnage, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. I guess I can switch you out here. Is he shockable? He is. So if I really need to later, I can shock him. Will kill all the Shikigamis. No multiple triggers again. It's annoying, but again, not the end of the world. Get some triggers? Nope. What I should do... should give you one of these. To be honest, I should probably get it a lot of people. More Shikigami! Humans is getting low. 3 more. Dark Side's in order to kill. There we go. That's what we're looking for, baby. Renko still needs to pass a couple turns. What is Chen at? Very high. See how puppets and no dancing. That comes after. I said I'll give this one real attempt. Okay, you need to pass one more turn, but you can do so at a different juncture. You can do that here. We can get Renko's last turn here. Cope. Okay, this is the last turn for Renko. So we want to switch her out. It doesn't necessarily matter too much who I throw out here. I get Juno to put some death buffs on some people. Because Dark Side puts him in range of another. Especially if Rumia takes another turn, so we don't need to do anything else there. The 2 elite units? Well, the last one actually lets me use 3 elite units. You get a second one just through a different part in the game. You can still sit around and jack it for a little bit. Just throw one of these on you, because we can. Multiple trigger? Nope. I think we can do a fuck it, we ball moment. It's gonna take a little bit because there's like an awkward position. I kind of want to say that though. I kind of want to fucking wait. Hey, bring Lucario for a second. I cannot jack it to save my life. Where the fuck's Sakia? There she is. Still on cooldown for another turn. It's at 8k, which is annoying. I could try to do my thing, but let's just play passive here. Give me multiple triggers if you're real. Never real. That's annoying. Someone who's got good. Let's just bring you out briefly. So if I want to do this, I need, like... I don't think you act quick enough. You do act quick enough. That's really good. So this shouldn't kill. We do this. Don't. Okay, that's fine. So then we use this. It's all buffs and you stack. Yep, so we do this on this. Then we swap you to the back. I think she'll get a turn before Remy does, so I can't do that. So now we're just going to play a little slow. Well, we wait for her buffs to build back up. At least set up. Hello, Spooter. I said I'm giving this one attempt. If this one doesn't work, because I was hoping to actually like set things up properly, but I didn't have the time to. So we're just nice double trigger. Love that. That's really good, double trigger. Okay, we'll just pivot around. So I gotta get one of the death buffs on... I'm running low on TP to do this with, but that's fine. What are you up to? 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. I want to wait a bit more. Who can I put out here? I can put, like, you. It's fine, because he's going to attack shortly. I kind of want to hold my Luna dial if I get to Phase 4 cope, or Phase 3. That's a good hit. Annoying target, but it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna fish for some shocks. Fine, doesn't do anything. He's still got several more turns of that before it actually does anything. Never shocking. It's literally a 50-50 on like every turn. Slowly go. Okay, so like Sarenko's in the spot, Marissa's in the right spot. You're just kind of being chilling. I guess I can try to get one. What's she doing this turn? I can summon the pair. Okay, he still has 2 more of those. Shocking? Hey, I got the shock in the turn, which was the least useful. But it was a shock nonetheless. Just do switching, because switching gives us the most turn gaze. Okay, so this is where things get a little weird and are kind of more impromptu because I wasn't able to really get things. Slightly annoying time frame. Let's get... You're fairly bulky. You can live 1 hit no matter what. Like, first thing, pretty guaranteed. You're my Chen revive in case I get unlucky. So I don't want to gamble with you. I can gamble with Rumia, because she only does literally 1 thing here. This is a magic attack, which does not trigger his counter. I could try to go on with Chen immediately, but because he's so fucking fast with turn gauges, it's awkward. No accuracy drop. Unlucky. Not the end of the world. Speed drop. That's what we do want. So I kind of want to milk through some of these turns for a second. I could just try to go in. What's coming up next? Next is the wind. Dude's got back-to-back AoE, then he has all the single targets. So we're going to stall for just another hot second. Let's get a provocation up for the single targets. Last thing we want is for an accident to happen. Okay, let's go. Let's just fucking wait 1 more turn. Just wait 1 more. Chen has a minus 100% damage taken. That means she takes 0 damage. I kind of hope that's the case. I don't actually know. Okay. Renko. Marissa. Renko, click your Celestial Stasis. Magic-based attack does not trigger a counter. We're looking for the shock and the silence here. Didn't get the paralysis, didn't care about the paralysis. Shoot the moon. Runs a wary and a damage taken plus 20%. We're going to switch in Yukari. We're going to switch in Chen. We're going to look at this. She did 630 fucking thousand damage! Because she's the fucking GOAT! Easiest dodge you've ever seen. She's very likely to dodge this attack, by the way. Like, if she gets hit, she has the damage reduction, which, in theory, should cause her to live it guaranteed. But she also has... I mean, this guy has, like, what, 116 accuracy to 91 evasion, so his odds of hitting her are really low. So, now that he's in this phase, things get a little awkward, since I'm not very, familiar with this phase. I saw it literally once last time. Do it again. Unfortunately, can't do the nuke quite as big as last time. And, Star Realm Most Tranquil is kinda cringe, so this is gonna be a lot more awkward. But, yes, I did. I saw this phase last time. The problem is your card. What is turn 1? Turn 1 is his F's target's ailments / debuffs, his own, and then the impact strike. Interesting that it adds 10. It doesn't set it to 10,000. It adds 10,000. That's different than from before, like previous games. You don't have any debuffs. I was actually curious how that was gonna work. Sakia lives a hit. Do I want to gamble with you here? What is he doing again? It's impact strike. That's single target. Second trigger is actually a bit cringe. Two? Never lucky. So, at this point, I'm kind of just playing improv. Like, everything up till now is intangible. Everything from now is just complete improv. And this is Tyrant Burst, which is absolutely terrifying. Get the paralysis? Huge. Right, that is a multi-element attack. Good thing Chen dodged it anyway. You still have the damage taken down. Am I willing to play into this? I have TP now. Okay, that doesn't actually trigger Black Void. I don't know what Black Void does, though. Does that drop all the front line to 1 HP? Is that what that one is? I don't want you on the front line. Chen has an auto revive. Having her die is fine. Rumi has high enough HP that she revives no matter what. So I think I'm just fine with that. You're kind of just being chillin'. Kind of an awkward position all around. Chuno actually lives. No shock or death. Go for a shock. Can't get it. Don't double trigger this turn, please. Where things start to get awkward. She has some death, true, and like the Frost King does help that one out a lot. What? So time to figure out what the fuck Black Void is. I'm not very optimistic. Oh, it's just a single target one. What's turn 5? Occultic Protection. That sounds cringe. Set Paralysis, why don't we? Joe can come back in later. This is kind of just fodder at this point. Always rip some Nightmares for some damage. This is good if I can get it off with Marissa here. I think I'd rather just click this. Cool shock. That does trigger a counter. Just an all-up is annoying, but it's not theoretically the end of the world. It's not even the biggest. Turn gauge is currently 0. What privatizing they square? Give me some multiple triggers. We love Sakuya. She still has the damage taken down thing on her too, by the way. I guess I should have done this probably a while ago. What is next? Arctic Impact. That sounds single target. Cope. What if I make some Shikigami? He's going to get an action soon. AoE base, okay. But it does drain his gauge a lot. Fervent Fantasy, that sounds spooky. This is gonna force the next thing out of him. For better or for worse. I'll get 2 attacks off with Chen here, though, before that happens. It forces double attacks from him in a row. Shocking? So that does reset everything, unfortunately. Does that reset him? No. So getting some stats on Chen at least. Okay, next is the single target. Whenever he decides to act next, let's get you out here. With the single target thing coming out next, I think I want to actually use this time to get Akiman Toko down. I also want to re-get a paralysis off. Okay, next is Chaotic Phantasmagoria, which is not that pleasant sounding. But then he doesn't do a whole lot. I don't know what Godspeed Fantasy is, though. I'm going to hope that the damage taken does what I want it to. It does work how I want it to. Nice. That's really cringe. Chen, you're too fast for your own good. Is she technically still invulnerable? She is. Let's get Rumia out here in case he attacks here, because Rumia has a free revive. That was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I don't want to do this. So let's just do this. That's cringe. It's actually not that cringe at all. Okay, next comes Safeguarding Cole, which is going to lower his damage taken. We can get a time to get you back in here in order to set up one of these. Quite enough is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. fact, it should just be free from here. As long as I don't do any misclicks. Boom. Oh no, the hidden final phase! Alright, I know it's only a... It doesn't really matter. I doubt it. He's not countering. He technically still has that symbol up. I could do this the good old-fashioned way. Probably not, but maybe. There's a chance. Rest in peace, Shikigami. Okay. Well, I said, probably not. Well, what do I know? Okay, Chen. Dude, Chen, she's on fucking turn 35 right now. Let's get another Shikigami back on the field. So attack on Nutty. Yeah, but at this point in the battle, it doesn't actually matter. I was at 42? I guess she is. We're gonna kill it the good old-fashioned way. Okay, come on, really? You know what? You know what? Fine. No, I can't. I gotta give it to Chen. Come on, Chen. Come on, Chen! Fine, you just wanted to use the Soaring Bishamon, didn't you? Oh, now I gotta go through a cutscene. It's gonna take 5 years. I told you, one real attempt, and it worked. I'm not reading through this entire cutscene, by the way. I'm just gonna kind of like slowly brush through it. Mooney. Holy base, we love dude. I'll say because I did not test anything on that phase 3. I briefly tested phase 2 with this setup, but I didn't do it properly, and I did like I did like 250,000 with Chen. I was like, oh, this strat's not gonna work at all. And then I popped it up and she fucking one-shot her. Never bring Rise to another occult orb. Dude, Chen is the fucking goat every. I'm gonna right now as I finish this off, rant through this game a bit. First of all, I think this is my favorite Chen in the series. And I love Chen in all 3 games. I really like how she plays in this game. Now, obviously, I took some advantage there. Skip Fonzo, yes, I said I'm gonna go through this. Rest in peace, the football. I fucking love Chen in this game. I think this is my favorite Chen in the series. I like Chen in one a lot. She's very interesting. 2, she's good. She's worse in this game than she is in 2, generally speaking, especially in terms of like pure late game. But I think she's really interesting in this game and how she plays. I love how she fucking plays. Have fun. Goodbye, doppelganger. Anyway, so all that said, I'm gonna ramble on a couple things about this game, and I want to mention before I say anything, just to make sure it doesn't come off such. I love this game. Okay, I'm not gonna I'm gonna say some critiques. These are critiques. Like they're. I still love the game. Okay. And I want to start by saying this game has my favorite dungeon design in the entire series. I love this game's dungeons. 1 and 2 have good dungeon design. I think this game has my favorite dungeon design. I could complain a little bit about hordes, but I think hordes are cool. I like hordes. I like rare enemies being kind of different from normal enemies. I like how that's done. I think that's fine. Yeah, I like the skill trees at a glance. But there's a couple things I want to ramble about. First of all, equipment upgrades. Cool in theory. Kind of feels a little weird. Because usually you're just kind of like moving equipment, so it's like you try to like upgrade your equipment. The game gives you more equipment in bulk, which lets you sell them more, which is a good thing in my opinion. It makes the money situation, which is kind of a chore, not really a chore in this game, which I really like. I really, really like that. But, like, the equipment upgrades are... It's a cool mechanic, but I don't know if it's, like, the best. The break items are fine. I have no real complaint about the break items as a mechanic. I think they're fine. I have no complaint. I think it's a cool thing. I wish they were, like, a little rarer, but required less of them to make all the things. Now the 2 things I want to ramble about the most, though, okay? First of all, does every character need a stack? But, like, that's a separate issue. That's a side thing. So, there's 3 things, actually. First of all, I like complication. I like depth. This game is a little too deep in that there's a lot of words in the skill screens, and most of it doesn't really matter. And I feel like it's really, like, over-complex at times. And it would be better if you could open the skill screen up mid-battle to see the passive skills you've learned. Because if you add the passive on Chen's abilities that adds shock to some of her attacks, if you hover over the skill in battle, it'll show you that. But when you have the thing that, like, oh, on even number turns, it lets you use, like, Midnight Bird on Rumia, even if it, like, wouldn't otherwise be active, you can't actually see that mid-battle. And you have to remember that type of thing. And when every character has 50 of these things, especially if you try to, like, switch your character up, it feels really awkward. Not bad, it's just... let me look at the skill screen mid-battle. Now, the 2 things I want to actually, like, complain a bit about, and the first thing actually has something I want to compliment as well. I really, really, really like the spell cooldown addition. And at the same time, I fucking hate turn counter, multiple of 3, multiple of 2, multiple of 4. I just think every fucking spell that is like, oh, use on a turn count multiple of 4 should just be a fucking spell cooldown spell. Because spell cooldown is an interesting, from a balancing perspective, because it limits how much you can take advantage of certain things. And I like that. Broadly speaking, for how it's used. Hey, you know, this thing has a spell cooldown of 3. That's right. Could start on cooldown. Yeah, that's what I was getting. Because we have you could make it a turn-based turn requirement. Hey, you know, Rumia has this, you know, turn 10 plus. Once you get past 10 turns, she gets a stat boost. You have what's her face? Erin. Erin can't use her revive until a certain number of turns have passed. Like, you have things that have these turn requirements in terms of a base value. But and cooldowns are interesting in that you can set them up and then you have to, like, try to burn through those turns. The problem with a turn, like, requiring ending, like, requiring being divisible by 3 or divisible by 4 or even divisible by 2 is you can, like, try to manipulate it, but for a lot of characters, it just feels like really hit or miss whether you're, like, actually going to get it off. Now, in one sense, you could say this really, like, rewards super in-depth planning, but it just feels awkward casually. Like, I feel like you either just make the spell cooldown, and if you don't want it usable on turn 1, make it start on cooldown. Or if you really don't want to, like, code that in the game, make it just require, hey, you got to be on, like, turn 3 or later in order to cast this the first time. Because, let's take Reimu. I think Reimu is someone who gets a weird spot because of this. Reimu has an AoE heal that requires turn count divisible by 3. If it was on a cooldown by 3, you wait to use it till you need it, you use it, and then you want to figure out how to burn off those extra turns. But the problem is you have Reimu out, you get her in. Well, it's turn 3, but everyone's full HP. I don't want to use this spell. So then you don't use the spell, and then next turn, oh, suddenly on turn 4 I want to heal, but you can't. You gotta wait 2 more turns. And then by that point, you know, the whole board state's completely different. And it's like, okay, maybe you want to, like, be really precise with how you swap characters in and out. But, like, for some characters, like Reimu, who's kind of bulkier, wants to sit on the front line for a while, if you're having her on the front line for, you know, 5 turns in a row, it's just gonna kind of feel RNG as to, like, is the turn lining up the way you want it to? Where if you have spell cooldown, it functionally plays very similar, but it lets you do the things when you need to. Another good example is, like, Renko, right? I like her beacons. I think the beacons are a cool addition. But, it's like, make them go on cooldown turn 1 for 1 turn, and then every time you use a beacon, put all of them on cooldown for a turn. It'll functionally play the same, but the problem is, so many times it's like, okay, I want to bring Renko in to do, like, a damage spell, maybe. Oh, I want to bring Renko to do this stack. Well, she can't do a beacon spell this turn. And then next thing you know, next time I bring her in, I want her to do an attack, and then I bring her back in, and then, oh, suddenly I can't use a beacon spell again. I really like spell cooldown. But I'm not a big fan of, like, multiple of 3. Great job, 3 peso. The other thing I want to ramble about is the boss fights in this game. Now, I think this game does good on the boss fights, but this is the thing that probably irks me the most, including, this is the thing that probably irks me slightly more than the turn being multiple 2, 3, 4, which does irk me a bit. I'm not a big fan of how the bosses are designed at, like, abroad. There are a lot of individual fights, and I think a lot of them are good. There's really no fight I'm going to super complain about. Even Byakuran, I'm not going to complain that much about in terms of, like, pure boss design. I think that's fine. My problem is, why is every boss in this game a static pattern? I really don't like that. I am fine to have some bosses that have, you know, you can have some static pattern boss fights that I think are cool and well designed. One biggest example I would give is the Sakuya fight in this game. I think the Sakuya fight in this game is one of the coolest boss fights I've done in games. I think it's sick. It uses the preset pattern beautifully. Really well designed boss fight. But because Labby 1 and Labby 2, and like my favorite part of Labby 1 and Labby 2 are the boss fights in the games. It's my favorite part about Labby. It's why I love this series. And it's not to say I don't love the boss fights in this game. I do enjoy them. Even this last fight, that was a bit of a pain for me. Setting this whole thing up was a blast doing that. The thing that... I just wish there was more randomness in some of these boss phases. Like, you can have, hey, boss hits this much HP, do an attack. This has existed in Labby 1 and Labby 2. You can have some boss fights play on preset patterns. This also exists in Labby 1, Labby 2. But there's no randomness in boss turns at all. Like, I think there might have been one boss in this entire game that had phases where it did things randomly. And I just wish that there was more of that. I obtained sub-equipment rumors of Gensoku Sarah. Oh yeah, that was the top level one. Oh, this is how they're allow you to go back and play the game again. The content is currently being developed. Okay, he is working on it then. Please wait a while for the conclusion. Appreciate it. Thank you for Marissa for doing one thing that fight, and that is providing a 20% damage boost. By the way, Chen would not have picked up the kill if it wasn't for that 20% damage boost. Just wanted to mention that. She barely picked up the kill on that phase too. But I just wish there was some more, like, variability on bosses. Especially because it kind of is exploitable. Now, you could, like, in this game, with it being so preset, now you could say, well, just don't use the knowledge of patterns in the settings, just turn that off. But, like, the fact remains that they still exist, it's just you have to then learn the pattern. Which honestly feels a bit more gambling. New Renko spell? I was about to quit, but I guess I'll look at that one here. Because I think, like, I love, like, my favorite fight in the entire series is the Renosuke fight from 1. Which, it's like every 4 turns he's doing a specific spell, and then at turn 6 he's doing a swap phase. But, like, there is static, and there is also a lot of randomness. And I wish that existed more. Did I look at all of these? I know I looked at that one. Okay, this was the only one. Okay. Damage levels increased by percentage equal to the total's buff potency. Max 400%. Sick. And it's a physical attack base, so that's actually something that I would use on myself in this. Multi-elemental 2 AoE. Neat. Okay. Well, that's gonna do her for now. Until I either come back with a challenge run or Plus Disc comes out. Or some other third alternative. So, I'll do it. Great game. Love it. Do I love it as much as the others? I don't know. But it doesn't have to be better. Like, General, I'm not leaving yet. I'm not leaving. I'm just done with this game for now.